Hey everyone, how is it going? A big welcome to another video. In this video, I will be showing how the French defense can go wrong for black if they don't know the theory, and why it is extremely important in any opening, but specifically here in the French defense, which is the opening I'm going to show in this video, why it is very important to know the theory. And a general advice to you would also be, in the French defense, many times castle because you want to, or castle because you have to, as in you are forced to. But don't castle routinely without thinking, because the French defense, to be frank, to be blunt, is not a normal opening, and many times your king is safer in the French defense due to its closed nature in the center than if you just castle. And I will also be covering another topic, which is the Greek gift sacrifice, which I have already covered. And I will be showing how these two together can come into action. So without further ado, I will be sharing my screen. So here we are. I will be showing you an analysis I did from ChessBase. This happened to me once when I was on the black side of the French defense. For those of you that know me, you know that I'm a fan of the French defense. So my opponent played the two knights, and here there are a few ways to go. For example, you can take, and go knight d7, and after d4, knight f6, you are into the Rubinstein variation. Another possibility would be to go d4, where white goes knight e2, you go c5, and the main line goes c3, knight f6, and here after e5, knight d7, takes, knight takes, and now the spectacular move, knight takes e5, where if they take your knight, you can take theirs. And this should be okay for black. Maybe black has even long-term prospects because a minor piece has been exchanged and white will be left with an isolated queen's pawn. However, this is not the topic of this video. You can do your own research about this variation. Here in that game, I played the move knight f6, which is another perfectly possible move to play. Here my opponent went e5. It was a friendly game at a cafe, so it was not a big deal, but I lost very convincingly. So c5 is the natural move you want to play in the French defense. Now I played knight c6 first, just to attack the pawn on e5. Bishop f4 was played by my opponent, and now I went bishop takes c5, just get a fresh piece into the attack. And now my opponent went bishop d3. This is a very good system for white if they want to avoid the theory. It can be quite practical. And here, by far, the best move is to go f6, and it has been the main line for a reason. And after e takes f6, black has a choice if they prefer to take with the queen or with the knight. Both moves are perfectly possible. Usually they take with the knight, but black can also take with the queen. And now the white bishop is under attack on f4. They can either go to g5, attack the queen, and probably black will go queen f7, or they can go to g3, and we have a normal position where black cannot really go e5 because the d5 pawn hangs, so they need to prepare it. And yeah, black has the center. On the other hand, white has two extra pawns on the side of the board. They have good development, both sides. Maybe this bishop is a bit not well developed, so it's dynamically balanced, I would say, and roughly equal. Instead, though, I made the mistake and I castled, which was a massive error because of the Greek gift sacrifice, which happened. And here, well, if you take on h7, because if you don't, you are a pawn down for nothing, and your king is very exposed on the h file. So king takes h7, and now knight g5 check. And the only way to stay in the game is to go king g6, because if you go here, you lose the queen because of his double check. And if you go here, it's a checkmate with queen h5 check, king g8, and queen h7 checkmate. While if black goes king g8, then queen g5 is going to be very strong and completely losing for black as well, with the threat of queen h7. For the Greek gift sacrifice to work, the pawn on e5 plays a critical role because it stops the white knight from coming to f6, because knight on f6, if there was no pawn here, it would attack the queen and defend h7, but now it can just be removed and the mating threat is still there. Also, the fact that the black bishop cannot come to f5 plays a very important role, because if the bishop could go there, then black would be a piece up and completely winning. So the best try for black to prolong the game is to go king g6, but now here white has a choice of two equally good moves according to the engines. One of them is queen d3 check, where black would have to go f5 because anything else loses. And the other choice is to go queen g4, which lines up the queen opposite from the black king, and knight takes e6 is a threat, which would win the queen. It's a complicated position, but definitely in white's favor. According to the engines, it's 2.5 for white. I won't analyze every single possibility after queen g4 and queen d3 because it would not be practical and the video will take forever. However, what I'm trying to teach you from this video is that in the French defense, when you're on the black side, you should always watch out for the Greek gift sacrifice. It's always something to watch out for, because usually white will have their light square bishop on d3 and their knight on f3 in the French defense. And also, due to the closed center and the closed nature of the French defense, you should castle because you want to, or you should castle because you're absolutely forced to. You should not castle routinely, just like in the Ruy Lopez or in the Italian game, for example, because there, many times you can castle and it's a perfectly sensible move. It's a move that you want to do. However, in the French defense, by castling, your king could be in much bigger danger than if they stay in the center. Not always, often, because chess is a concrete game and there is no one size fits all. So I hope that you took value from this video and that you enjoyed it. This video is useful to you both if you play the French defense like myself and if you play 1e4 and you like this two-knight system. It's also useful to people that play both 1e4 and the French defense, because who knows, you could be on both sides of that position. So I hope you took value from it. Even if you don't play the French defense, it's always good to keep an eye out for the Greek gift sacrifice and to think about both yourself executing it and your opponent executing it against you, and if it will work or not. I also have another video in my channel which explains the Greek gift sacrifice in bigger depth. Feel free to check it out. Well, if you are a competitive chess player and want to fund your chess progress, that will include traveling to tournaments, which has expenses like transport if it's in another city or country. That could also include a visa, accommodation if it's not a one-day event, and also entry fees. You might also, if you are really serious about your chess, want to hire a coach that will fast track your progress, and you might want to invest in chess books and chess courses, or like a premium membership on chess.com or chess24, which has a monthly fee. In that case, you might be interested in starting a side hustle to earn an income online, which can be done alongside your 9-to-5 job. If that's the case, go to the link in the description, insert your name and email, and watch my free introductory training, where you will learn the 3 secrets my mentors use to generate a consistent income online and how you can do it too, even if you have no previous experience. If you're a subscriber, I will catch you at the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.